Good evening and welcome to another McMuscles Midnight Massacre. And today we did Dawn of the Dead. And I was like, I think that's the only other zombie movie we've done, huh?
We're probably wrong about this too.
Yeah. Excellent.
That's like our thing.
So we're doing another zombie movie today, which is we just kind of found the other week.
Late entry, man. It just popped up like yesterday.
I actually heard about it before. I just completely forgot.
It might have been around for a while, and we just like passed over
Maybe.
it. Because it has a very nondescript name and
The
thumbnail
Cured.
and sort of description. The Cured.
Yeah. We're like, is that Juno?
Yeah, I was like,
And
Ellen?
Paige? I didn't know she was still doing movies.
In Ireland.
I guess
Maybe she's big in
she
Ireland.
asked Jay Hunter, can I be in a horror movie? He loves horror movies. Especially
really?
Irish ones. Yeah.
Well, then recommend this one, because I'm going to say it off the bat. We haven't actually talked about it, but I actually freaking loved this movie. I don't know how you felt. You probably had like,
Interesting.
Because, and there's a lot of reasons, but
Okay.
like when we go into it, maybe I love the concept. Now I'm like backpedaling. I'm like, what do you mean you did?
Maybe I love the concept.
The concept is, it's a 2017 movie. It's Ellen Page and some Irish guys. Okay, and the movie one's named Connor, one name's
Senan.
and the kid's named Killian.
Yeah.
Which is always cute. But why I thought the concept was great, because I don't know of any movies, and yeah, okay, there are some that are like post-apocalyptic zombie movies and like way later, but there's none that deal with it in that there's a zombie outbreak or whatever. This is the maze virus, they call it this. The maze. But same thing, you know, people become out of control, kill other people, eat them, whatever. Where the solution isn't to just murder everyone, it's to like contain them and then cure them. And then it's the aftermath of years and years later.
I think the general thing was like most countries deal with the fine, but Ireland especially couldn't handle it.
Ireland got fucked because the outbreak was the worst there. So the rest of the whole world kind of had like little outbreaks and they got contained like super fast.
Or something.
Whether they probably just killed everyone. But I guess the Irish were like, no, God wouldn't want you to kill. No, I don't know. This Irish.
No, we should send them to Muir Island.
So.
Professor Charles Xavier will take
What
him.
I thought, I'm ignoring you.
Yeah, you should.
Yes. What I thought was interesting was that they were able to make a virus and they cured these people, but the people were cognizant of what they did when they were infected.
Yeah, like when they're cured, they remember everything.
They still remember everything they did. And the thing is, 75% of this, they keep saying these percentages, okay?
Yeah.
So there's 75% of the people that you give this antivirus to the T-virus to, and they're fine. They're cured. But then there's the 25% that are called the resistant. So they are not able to cure these people. They're resistant to the cure.
They're
and
just like, blah, blah, blah.
One doctor who's just like, nah, man, I'm gonna do it, right? Like, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna adjust it. I'm gonna do something.
Despite the fact there's pressure from the government and from angry people that are like, just kill them.
Yeah, like they're done. Like, and again, it's almost like, well, why did they even like? How did they even not just kill everyone who was infected and like actually quarantine them? Because they talk about quarantine,
they didn't really
rehabilitation,
go into that
and then reintegration to society. But then there's always how you can tell if a person's just like a normie or a cured is if in their eyeball there's like a blood vessel that's popped in like the shape of a semicircle. It's like a specific shape.
I also checked the poster. One of the posters is a guy like pulling down his eye so you can see like a little mark.
And later on, it gets almost political. And that's why I thought it was interesting because, anyways, there's going to be a huge segregation of how these people are reintegrated and like a class system that gets put in there.
Because regular people are like, you're murderers, you're monsters, despite the fact that everyone kind of knows you weren't in control, you couldn't really...
So some people are more forgiving than others because you don't know what they saw, right? The people who are like anti-cured or whatever, because there's like a cured alliance and the fucking resistance.
There's a lot of factions.
There's a lot of factions. I don't know, Ireland. Okay, but whatever. But like, I don't know. Well, it follows the story of this one guy. So I don't know if you want to take it from there. Like the actual storyline is of this guy Senan.
And he's just getting out of the rehabilitation program. And gets his brother's wife, his late brother's wife, says, I'll take him in and he can like stay with me, which a lot of families sometimes don't do. It's kind of
It's kind of like getting out of jail where you have like a parole officer, and if you have no one to take you in, it's like there is a halfway house, like a kind of in the center. But he had like a sponsor, he had someone who's like,
so he stays with her, and that
she has a kid.
The wife is played by Ellen Page, and she has a kid. So he kind of stays with her, but he has like this friend that was in rehabilitation with him named Connor, who's actually the guy that turned him into a zombie. He was a zombie.
This crazy.
He bit him, and then you're like, that's all you know for a little while. And unfortunately for Connor, sucks to be you, he was like a big politician or like a lawyer.
He was a lawyer,
like
he was trying to run for office.
And his dad wants nothing to do with him, and he gets the job of like a janitor, and he's like, oh, this is beneath me.
Well, that leads to why he does what he does.
Him being pretty angry with his lot of life, because he's not at the top of the social ladder anymore.
The thing with Connor and him is you see like the first shots early on is like he's kind of having a hard time dealing because like I guess it's PTSD, remembering the things you did and all the atrocities. But when Connor bit him, it almost there's this very sexual undertones of you're like, aren't they like what's going on?
Like,
but then
they're zombies.
It's kind of like vampire-ish and also werewolfish. It's because it has hints of both. I don't know if you noticed, because it's a pack mentality of sort of like, first of all, the vampire aspect is like he sired him sort of, and he sort of was able to command him.
A little bit.
Connor was infected, bit sent in.
Let's do it. The zombies are like, then they kind of just go like
they start breathing on each other, and they have like they huddle and they breathe in unison and they attack like a pack. But they're also like vampires who sire each other. It was really neat, but it wasn't exaggerated. It was subtle in how they did it. But like some people who were doing the research were like, they can like, one can control the other, like you can control. It's not mindless zombies. It really is the maze virus. I think they say we'll
never really understand it, but they have some sort of communication.
Yeah, they're able to communicate. They're able to travel. So that is also what I thought was neat. Not just that, but that it's again way later. Not like just post outbreak later.
They're Connor and Senan are of the third wave, which is like the third any number of people that they have rehabilitated and are released. Sure. And like every time they do it, the like public at large is like, no, we don't want these murderer weirdos. And they claim, although the movie never shows it, that these people are more aggressive. They lash out. If anything,
they kill themselves.
They kill themselves because of
what they did.
Either their dreams or the repercussions there. So that part's really interesting. But it's like any of the violence that you see is always from regular people onto these people. Yeah, like, that's the only thing the movie shows.
Get out of here, cured. Like it's kind of.
I hate that you're back.
It's just again this complete segregation of these people feeling like they don't belong in either, like they're not infected anymore, they're not part of normal society, they're assigned jobs. They have this like kind of asshole-ish general guy who like breathes down their necks and fucking hates them.
It's basically their parole officer.
Good, like I hope you have nightmares every night, and like I hope you remember what you did.
Sick, awesome.
How do people fucking take you in, and like really coming down. Poor Senan, who's like trying, he has his nephew and like...
He tries playing with the nephew, he tries to get a normal life, and he takes up a job back at the rehabilitation military compound center, and they're studying the one of the main doctors, this woman who developed the cure, is trying to cure this one particular person who seems to be very important because...
Yeah,
she's resistant to the cure that they made, but it's also the co-doctor that helped make the serum in the first place. They never explain how she.
It was also, I think, her wife. So there's a lot of layers.
Or they're just romantically together. They didn't really say, but she got infected somehow. Yeah. They don't show it.
Probably while curing people and being around.
I'd assume so. Just got bit or whatever.
But what it shows us, the viewer, which is interesting, is when he's trying to hold her down so that the doctor can give her an injection. She's like, oh, she doesn't seem to want to bite me. They're like, well, once you're cured, the people who are still infected, the resistant, they don't want to bite you because they still see you as one of them.
You have the dormant virus. So, it's never going to infect you again, and it never does in this movie. Spoilers.
It's kind of like one foot in, one foot out, but it becomes very important later on because it's a tool.
Becomes a huge, fun convenient plot device because he's basically invincible to zombies.
Well, everyone is. Everyone that is a cured.
Yeah.
So they're being treated like shit, second-class citizens. People hate them. They form a cured alliance to try and like get rights, normal rights, and lo and behold, Connor just takes up this whole like mouthpiece for like leader of it again, back in politics, right?
Yeah.
Like, which is what he wanted to do when you see this.
Let me talk about the cured alliance. We're gonna show them that we are non-violent by bombing everything.
Yeah.
They just start doing violence all the time.
Just start bombing a bunch of people.
The whole reason why people hate them is because they're like, oh, they're murderers. They're violent murderers. Fucking idiot.
It's the same like pro-lifers at bomb clinics, you know?
I guess.
People don't have logic, okay? They just, they're sick of being treated this way, they want to be taken seriously, they want to send a message, and, you know, in the meantime...
deviations.
You know, Ellen Page, in the meantime, it's never clear what she's doing. She's American, so the first shot I was like, is she gonna do it?
Is she gonna try to do an accent?
Then I'm like, okay, no, she didn't.
Will it be as bad as mine?
Oh, I don't know, man. But then she's like
a reporter.
Or like a camera woman. Like, she's trying to get the scoop. You know, like,
what a scoop.
What's up with, you know, this alliance, these people, what are they doing to them, what's the military doing? And like, she's trying to accept her brother-in-law, you know, and she's nice for the most part. But then there's this big looming secret, obviously, that like...
Do you want to say that or you want to keep that?
Yeah, well, it happens within the first 10 minutes of the movie. But, okay, so... You know,
that's fine, I guess.
It's the dynamic of this family unit trying to move on and reintegrate, and then So for me, I don't know. I didn't know why you didn't like this movie. Like, what about it? I don't want to go on more because I don't want to get to the big end scene or whatever. But you can pretty much figure out.
Not so much that I didn't like it. I thought like its setup was good and everything, but I just kind of felt like it didn't. Here's what I feel. I think this could have worked better as a show. Because there's so many dynamics and factions and people, because there's so much going on that like I felt like it wasn't fleshed out enough. It's just like, now I'm the head of this alliance, now we're bombing things, oh people die, okay, it kind of moved a little fast where I'm like, there's a lot going on here with all the political issues and Senin stuff and just zombie horror in general, and I kind of just felt it didn't maximize all this potential. And it was still good. It was just, I don't know, like I kind of felt like it was just kind of ho-hum. It's a good setup, but there wasn't anything that, like, Ellen Page barely does anything, doesn't...
but I feel like if it was a show, it would have been drawn out longer and you would have probably liked it less.
I mean, 10 episodes is fine. You can...
That's your magic number.
It is. Yes, if you're something like The Walking Dead, which should have ended around season 4, yes, you can get really drawn out.
You never even watched The Walking Dead.
But everyone now hates it, and it's
this is a problem with American mostly shows, because mostly Europe knows when to like.
We'll have 4 episodes, and then 10 years later, we'll have 3 more.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. The series has like two seasons, and like that's it.
I just mean that it just felt like, I don't know, there was just so much going on in this one thing that it didn't have enough time to breathe.
I thought that, like, I thought there weren't that many characters, but I thought Connor, like, you hated him and you saw his motives and you're always like, he was such a good bad guy, and that, like, really deep Widow's Peak too, and I don't know. Yeah. It was just like, and even the guy who played Senin, you felt he was, like, very torn. Kept trying to do the right thing, and like the kid wasn't that annoying either. Like
a little annoying.
He was alright.
He did some stupid things towards the end.
He's a kid.
Yeah.
But
I'm not even saying it was bad. I just like felt it was lacking something.
Maybe.
Like I don't even know what really. So that's just what I thought up in my head. I'm like I think maybe if they had more time to flesh out this idea, just because there's so many, like, the government is saying stuff, the military's involved, the public, the cured, the anti-cured, the anti-cured, the resistant, you know what I mean? And like, the doctor aspect, finding the serum. What is the serum? How does it work? How did you make it? Like, there's just
Wait, you want the science behind it?
I just mean it would have been a bit more interesting than them just going, hey, we have a serum, we just banged it out over a day.
This is where we don't agree. I thought the pacing was good, and I thought I didn't need that much more because... I don't know, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Like, I don't think I needed that much of a more in-depth explanation to all these things that you mentioned.
Again, I just felt like it was lacking something, so I don't know what.
Maybe I was a little bit, like, about the ending, also like.
Yeah, the end ending was a little weird.
I was like, that I used like maybe a little bit of an elaboration on, like what happened or whatever.
What happened?
What happened to you guys?
I don't even get it. Yeah.
I don't know, but I just felt there was like a tension throughout the movie of like, when's it gonna happen? When are they getting out? Because they're being a little bit too blasé about these people who are still like the 25%, and halfway through I'm like, okay, enough with the percentages. How many? Like, are you talking about 30 people that are the 25%?
There's a shot of the 25%, and it looked like maybe 20 people.
They said there was 5,000. And okay, and that's
not 5,000.
That's what they said.
I know, but it wasn't.
Okay.
When the 25% get loose, there's 20 people.
No, there's like 30 people. But like, whatever.
That's fine.
They were like, what triggers them, the Alliance, to really like go like, we have to do something, is that they're like, no, we're actually starting the termination or whatever they call it. What other term? The
government says we're just going to kill that 25%.
We're killing them now.
Yeah.
Like their time is up. The doctor's time is up. We can't wait anymore because we're just waiting for an outbreak to fucking happen for this to happen all over again.
There's so much pressure from the public also saying you got to.
So and that's when they're like, no, we can't let them do this, and everything goes blah blah blah. But like again, the whole movie is just like, okay, when are they breaking out? Like, when is it happening? Or like, when is it happening? Like, it can't be so contained for so long of like a zombie movie again.
Yeah, like but no zombies really kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
It always happens towards the ends.
But again, they were more like even the cured ones who would get huddled together and do their weird breathing together. You know,
yeah,
even
that
when
was
they
creepy.
were cured.
I liked that part a lot. I thought they were gonna go more with that, like show more scenes like that happening. I thought maybe they would just turn into zombies naturally, but
no, that wouldn't make sense.
They do something. Well, I just mean like. It would have been interesting.
But maybe they just were still just human and can still do awful things, because that's like the whole point of Connor. And that's one line that was interesting, is like, I forgot who looked at him and went like, you never had a single nightmare afterwards.
And he goes, no, why would I?
Yeah, exactly. Because everyone else is fucking traumatized by all the shit they did when they were infected. They're fucking eating their family members.
But not Connor, the lawyer.
Connor's like, I was having the fucking time of my life. And that's because he was a fucking violent, crazy murderer,
He also has a creepy line to Ellen Page where he says like, oh yeah, it's really rough being a zombie because you're constantly fighting yourself. Although, sometimes it's really fun to just kind of go with it.
I mean, you're paraphrasing, but he just said, like, what was scarier than, like, trying to hold yourself back from doing it was the time when you
go with it.
Let yourself go and just give in. Which maybe should have showed us an insight to his character that he stopped fighting, he gave in.
Yeah.
Or maybe he even lied about fighting to begin with because he was probably having a fucking party from fucking the first second he was infected.
Whoa, I'm a zombie, yeah! Nice.
He was having a gay old time.
He was.
Gay old time, get it? Because of the weird homo undertones of like, I was just like, are they? Like, I just wanted to know.
They weren't.
I don't know, I think maybe they did.
I don't think so.
Do you guys think they did? Whoever saw it, will they, won't they?
I don't think anyone's seen this. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Right now.
Go watch it.
Even though I wasn't blown away, I was kind of like, yeah, it's fine. I'd still say it's worth a watch because it does do some neat things with zombies in general, so.
I'm like, I don't like anything. Like, we do like some movies, but most of the times, I don't like nothing. Like,
no, I think you're being harsher on yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe you like things like, I don't know, 10% less than like me or friends that we go see movies with, but I don't think it's that much.
I'm a fucking bitch. But like, yeah, like no, I can be very picky, very particular, like I'll nitpick at things. That's the thing with me. But I like really like it.
Yeah.
So
it needed a bigger, longer action scene with lots of guns shooting for a while. You would have loved that.
Yeah, that's my fucking favorite.
I like that. I like that when there's big, long action scenes.
Turn off my brain and go somewhere else.
And on and on. You should watch the ending to.
Start thinking about makeup and shoes.
Not Phantom Menace. Revenge of the Sith. When the two Jedis fight for like an hour.
Just in my face.
It's really good.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't
anyway, that is The Cured. Like we said, it's on Netflix. Yeah, definitely worth a watch, I think. Okay, calm down now. I can dislike something.
That's fine. You know what I was just thinking the other day? Like, we agree too much on everything. Like, we usually both hate a movie. We both like a movie. I mean, not counting House of the Dead, because we don't talk about that.
That's a special
but aside from that, we're pretty much in sync with what we like.
Yeah, almost everything that we watched this Massacre. has been pretty on parity with each other. But check it out if you're interested in a different zombie movie. And I guess that about wraps up another Massacre. And we will see you guys tomorrow night with another one. Probably not a zombie one. I think we're good for zombies for a little bit. Maybe next year, though.